An explosion in California at a plastics manufacturing plant in Orange County has killed 2 people. The force of the blast last night blew a concrete wall in the Solus Industrial Innovations building, S-O-L-U-S, Solus Industrial Innovations, and shook a fire station across the street. Firefighters rushed inside, found 2 bodies. A 3rd victim died later in the hospital. The cause of the explosion is under investigation. A company representative could not immediately be reached. The phone recording at Solus said all circuits were busy. Believe it or not, we're coming up to that time now. The U.S. National Weather Service says that near-record spring floods could begin to swamp large parts of the American Midwest as early as next week. The Red River Valley, for example, the scene of devastating floods in 1997, has been experiencing above-average snowfall over the winter, and the Weather Service says that heavy runoff into still frozen ground poses an imminent serious flood threat. According to the Weather Service, we're looking at a situation with all the ingredients for near-record flooding in the upper Midwest. Sudden snowpack melts due to warm temperatures or a heavy rain could only complicate the situation further. Forecasters expect flooding to begin next week and warned that the Red River Valley in North Dakota could see a crest among the top 5 highest ever recorded. Widespread overland flooding is expected due to the flat terrain and frozen drainage networks in the Red River Basin. The threat is so great that the Weather Service has created a new category called high risk to distinguish it from the existing above average category for flood potential. Officials in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota are getting ready. Down in South America and Ecuador yesterday, an upscale neighborhood in the Ecuadorian capital turned into a charred, smoky disaster scene when a small army plane crashed into an apartment building, killing 7 people. The plane nipped a house before plowing into a 4-story apartment building. An Army statement said that 3 soldiers on the plane died, the pilot, a major, and the co-pilot, as well as a mechanic and a lieutenant. The pilot's wife and son were also killed. 2 other people on the ground died. The defense minister said that the Beechcraft Army plane was on a training run. It crashed at about 5:30 p.m. local time last night as it approached Quito's airport from Manta, which is about 160 miles away. The plane went down about 2.5 miles from the airport on a street, believe it or not, where 4 other planes have crashed in the last 8 years. In Hong Kong, 13 people were injured when a high-speed Hong Kong ferry collided with another ship this morning. The ferry was traveling from the outlying island of Cheung Chau to the main Hong Kong island at 5:30 a.m. local time when it collided with a medium-sized vessel. As according to a spokesperson for the ferry operator, the New World First ferry service. The ferry was carrying 130 passengers. 4 crew members, 13 people were taken to the hospital, supposedly with minor injuries. The company is trying to find out what caused the crash on what was apparently a foggy morning in Hong Kong Bay this morning. There probably are a number of people alive today who do not remember why the United States and Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, do not have diplomatic relations. You might know this only from the history books, but in 1979, the American embassy in Tehran was taken over by Iranian militants, supposedly students, and 52 American diplomats were held hostage for 444 days. We have not, in the United States, had diplomatic relations with the Iranians since. Today, President Obama issued a videotaped appeal to Iran offering a new beginning in U.S.-Iranian relations. He sent the message on the occasion of an Iranian holiday celebration, and he said, "My administration is now committed to diplomacy that addresses the full range of issues before us and to pursuing constructive ties." Reacting positively to the offer, the press advisor to Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the Iranian president, urged Obama to back his words with concrete action to repair what he called past mistakes. He said, "We welcome the wish of President Obama to put away past differences, but the way to do that is not by having Iran forget the previous hostile, aggressive attitude of the U.S. The United States must recognize its past mistakes and repair them." The U.S., of course, is at odds as well with Iran over its nuclear weapons program, which Washington says is aimed at weapons, which Tehran says is only aimed at peaceful generation of electricity. However, with the appeal this morning, Obama went further than he has since taking office in extending an olive branch to Tehran. This, of course, is a marked shift in policy from his predecessor, George Bush, who had once branded Iran part of the axis of evil. An Al Jazeera correspondent in Tehran said Iranians have always said that they have to wait and see what exactly are the differences between Bush and Obama. Now they see that for the first time in many years, an American president has addressed Iran as the Islamic Republic of Iran. It is a point of recognition for the Iranians. An opportunity has been given to the current Ahmadinejad administration to solve outstanding issues that no other government in Iran has been able to address. He's not going to miss it, this according to the Al Jazeera correspondent. Of course, President Ahmadinejad is involved in a re-election campaign. So, the plot thickens. Meanwhile, the President of the United States has extended an olive branch to somebody that a number of people in the world, including our strong allies in the Middle East, Israel, do not view in a positive light. The stock market is up about 22 points now. We'll keep monitoring the news. If we have anything that breaks, we'll come back and tell you. If not, we will be interviewing Richard Banks, the editor of Insurance Day, on Monday. Have a pleasant weekend.